syempre excited ako for tonight. Why?
Yes.
Our first ever guest for our Carpe Diem Matters.
Yun talaga eh.
Oo, ayan.
Oh, yeah.
Excited tayo dito, Jo, kasi isa rin siya sa mga avid listener natin. And
Correct.
I really wanted to know more about her din. She's a girl. Ayan. So, sino ba tong natin para mas marami pa tayong pag-usapan?
Yes, invite na natin. Oo, yes. Well,
sige, invite ko na ba muna or
ipakilala muna natin siya. Yan. So, our very first ever guest. Yan. Ang daming no? Dito sa Carpe Diem Matters is a former campus ministry volunteer. Also, po natin to, worship leader to, former music ministry volunteer as well. She is a mompreneur.
Tuloy itong
yes. She's a mompreneur. And, of course, pa siya? Home educator. So, she has a son, si Chubby, napaka-cute. And then, homeschool niya. And also, she's a wife of a business owner as well. Exciting to! Let's
start. Ginagawa ngayon, no?
Correct! Kaya nga perfect siya sa ating, top topic, di ba? Having multiple roles, di ba? How to juggle all those multiple roles. So, she's a mom, tapos business owner din. Hello, Ate Arlene Bello!
Please welcome! Wala pa tayong mga effects nga, pero please welcome Mrs. Arlene Bello.
Hi! Good evening.
Good evening.
So, Ate Arlene, thank you so much for, sa pagpapa-unlock sa aming imbitasyon. Kasi, ang gaganda ng mga comments mo, yung mga thoughts mo during our live sessions. Kaya, perfect ka dito to become our first ever guest sa Carpe Diem Matters.
So, lahat pala hindi nagkukumpa, hindi naging guest. Alam mo, matawag ng sabi ko. Sorry. Ayan.
Okay. So, nabanggit nga natin kanina, no? So, she's juggling multiple roles right now. She's a mom. She's a home educator. So, with her home educator, it means nag-homeschool ka, tama ba ako, Ate Arlene? And at the same time, you are also managing a group of homeschooler moms as well. Tama ba ako?
No.
Ay, hindi na. Okay, sige. Baka mamaya.
Never.
Okay, hindi na yun. At the same time, you're also, sige, baka mas maganda, ano ba yung mga ginagawa mo ngayon? Mas maganda ikaw na yung
correct! Ask natin siya. Background ni Ate Arlene.
Okay. So, first of all, good evening, Maryel and Joy. And kay Mami Sonia. Nandito
din si Mami Sonia.
Yes, good evening sa inyo lahat. And of course, yung mga nakikirelax sa atin on a Friday evening. No?
So, and yung mga future viewers din natin on YouTube.
Yes. Oh, no. Yung mga future viewers, if you're watching from the future. Yeah.
Replay. Mga replay, Dabarkans.
So, I am Arlene Sanchez Bello. Right now, I'm very grateful sa season that God has blessed me with. I'm a wife, what Maryel and Joy mentioned. And I have my husband with a B2B business. Yeah. So, yeah, we have other businesses with their requirements, ganyan. Tapos, I also am testing and working on some micro ventures. So, meron akong, I'm in training, tapos I'm also working on that. It's also a different business. And of course, I am a mother. Just like what I said, I homeschool my son. I love being a mom. I've I waited so long to be one. Kaya parang when I became one, talagang I embraced it. Tapos, yun. So, I my husband and I waited to have our own child for 5 years. So my son now is 7 years old. So, in perspective, was at the time, I think mahaba yung hinintay ko. Pero 7 years old na yung anak ko. So, in
Bagay na
comparison,
bagay mo ate paging mom.
ano na? Ano yun?
Bagay na bagay mo. And you look so happy.
I am indeed. Oh, ayan. Kumbaga, it came, parang everything was, parang everything just came into place. Everything was, hindi naman, if there's a perfect timing, siguro, yung mga seasons na binigay sa akin ni God, I'm happy where they all came, yung how they all came about. So, yeah. So, that's it. Yan lang.
Wow. Ang dami. Gustong-gusto ko din yung mga advocacies nila Ate Arlene kasi with her business kasama niyo yung kanyang husband. They want to hire Filipinos, 'di ba? Para mas ma-uplift pa yung mga talents ng Pinoy. So yun 'di ba? Ang ganda ng advocacy nila. So yan. Yeah, support local, support Filipino talents. Yan. Thank you for what you do, Ate Arlene. And also, si Kuya Fred, yan, sa inyong ginagawa. So, we have a few questions lined up for you tonight, by the way.
Okay, go, Jo.
Ayan.
Question.
Oo, kasi we're here to learn from you and for your, yung madaming experiences na din. So, being a person who juggles so many roles and we are all busy. Feeling natin, napaka-busy natin, pero hindi natin alam, mas marami palang, mas busy pa kaysa sa atin. Pero how do they do it? Like Ate Arlene, how do you do it, di ba? As a mom. Kaya yan. So, we have one question here. How do you categorize your priorities based on the different roles you are playing?
I see. Actually, same, just to connect ko lang doon sa sinabi mo. You would think that, okay, pero I have friends who have more than one kid. So, hindi talaga ako.
Diba?
So, kanya-kanya eh. Pero, as regards your question, that's an interesting question because in my 20s, I would initially think about priorities or roles as clean-cut, compartmentalized, assigned to a certain role na I can switch on schedule, in my day-to-day. So, honestly, I don't have a formula for this. Kasi every day is different. Every week is different. So, I take cues from let's say a day for each day, So, and I trust God with everything. So, for example, being a mom, yung mga gano'n na, as they say, ginajuggle. I cannot switch off being a mom. I cannot, tapos i-on ko siya at a certain time of the day.
Sana pwede, no?
I mean, when I come to think of it, everything is, parang everything works together.
Interrelated lang.
Yes. So, parang, I grow more in understanding, let's say, sa business function or understanding clients or customers because I'm a mom. So, because of a certain care I gave to my son or how I attend to my husband. So, parang connected way. So, ganyan siya, no? So, when it comes to schedule, if categorization, I don't have a formula for that, no? So pero I plan out accordingly, and so what I just take note of is may proseso yung mga bagay-bagay. So I've learned to manage my expectations. So it's true na maraming kailangan gawin, ganyan. But I make sure na, let's say for depende rin kasi, let's say, for goals or certain things na long-term talaga siya. Of course, I cannot finish them in 1 week, no? Kasi I'm looking at, kunwari, 5 years into the, so, since may process yung mga bagay and, just like what I said before, there are things na we can't control. And I don't intend to control those things. It's just, that's why I entrust everything. I do my part, I do my best, ganyan, tapos, without losing my cool. Tapos, every day or every 5 minutes na meron ako na I can capture during a break. Let's say, may ginagawa si Chubby in his, kasi he can do independent study na at this point, no? So, if I give him a break, let's say for 10 minutes, sisingit ako ng trabaho na, and I make sure that andun yung energy ko lahat, tapos ko siya ng maayos, gano'n. So pag sa long-term goals naman, I make sure na everyday may progress siya towards, at the end of the day, may contribution siya dun sa mission or vision, or may contribution siya dun sa progress, for those types of things. Pero don't get me wrong, kasi just like what I said, no, I like planning. I like calendar. Yan. Tapos may mga favorite ako na productivity apps, no? Hindi ko pwede i-mention siguro yung app dito, pero I threw out all my mga post-its, as ginather ko sila lahat sa apps. It's easier for me. I mean, ganun ka, may mga ganun mga.
It's a digital ate. Yung app mo na, no? Malamang app na sa digital.
Oo, ganyan. So,
i-PM mo na lang naman.
Yes.
Kasi may, yung for those who can relate, gusto ko yun sinusulat. Kasi if I don't see it, out of sight, out of mind, ganyan ako eh. So, I need to see it written down. I need to plot it, or else makakalimutan ko siya. So, yun, I mean, may ganyan ako. Pero I use those planning, and I write down things to track my habits if I'm developing something. Kasi, dito sa business that we have, this is totally, I don't know everything I'm doing. That's why I go on trainings, ganyan. So, track of what I need to know, So, every day I do, let's say, 5 minutes, kailangan ko basahin to, or I need to do something, ganyan. And then, pero filtering priorities, I always go back to considering and being grateful for my season. So,
ang ganda.
So, as a mom, I remember, ito, honestly, hindi naman ako may anyway, sige, just to make it simple for everyone, medyo may pagka-workaholic kasi ako. I like working. like working. I don't care if it's graveyard, I don't care. I love working talaga. Ayoko nang may petics mo. Ayoko pa. Basta yun, nakaka-relate naman kayo, no? Pero nagkaroon of course, just like what I said, no, yung season talaga na binibigay sa atin ni God is perfect, and I really appreciate it. I had my son in 2013. I was parang, syempre, I took a break kasi it was kind of delicate pregnancy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pero pero I went back to work shortly after I gave birth. So, yun, no. Tapos, syempre, as a mom, marami kang maririnig kasi na, uy, dapat ganyan, yung anak mo naglalakad na siya bago siya mag 1-year-old, ganyan.
Expectations, din.
Yeah, ako kasi, hindi naman kasi ako ma-FOMO. So, I listen, pero hindi naman ako kasi maganda din naman na may nagsasabi, no. But, parang I don't let it bother me, I guess. Pero noong 2014, when I noticed my son, after siguro mga 13 months na siya nun, he's supposed to be walking. That's what I thought, no? Kasi hindi pa siya naglalakad. And by the time I was working. Tapos, thinking of priorities, syempre, kasi okay din naman na may trabaho ko. But I had to quit my job just to help him. So, I don't have a formula really. Kasi depende kasi at the time, syempre ako yung mom, nobody else will help him. Diba? And I enjoy taking care of him. So, correct. So I had to quit my job that I love, but of course, I love my son more. And at the time,
Yes.
diba? So yung mga ganong mga bagay,
So,
I
ate,
can't,
ate,
maybe,
ate, parang maiisip mo ba yan na parang maiisip mo na lang yung priorities na yan when you are on that, in the situation na? Kasi di ba usually, since sabi mo nga, you love planning, so minsan meron tayong preset na parang ito yung dapat mauna sa buhay ko. Like, for example, for you as a mom, nasa season ka na ngayon, ang priority ko ngayon is family. So, dapat talaga may mauuna yung husband ko, tapos yung anak ko, or something like that. Pero sinasabi mo nga, wala kang ganung formula. So, ibig sabihin ba talagang kapag nasa tawag ka na ng sitwasyon, saka mo na lang malalaman na ito dapat yung gawin. Parang gano'n. Ano yung dapat na prioritize?
Actually, I have to thank my husband for this. Kasi, hindi ako ganun. Siguro kasi I met him when I was 17. So,
Wow.
tapos,
High school.
17. I met him when I was 17. Hindi pa kami yun. Pero, we were friends. Basta I met him when I was 17. Tapos, paano papunta na ako na ng LB. So, I'm leaving this house. So, sabi ko, ako mag-boyfriend and all that. Anyway, so, fast forward, kasi nga, di ba, nung mga estudyante tayo, very tayo sa mga goals, ganyan. Tapos, of course, there came some points in our lives sa parang kahit gaano ka kagaling magplano, or, there are just things na you're not prepared for, I guess, or...
Correct. Yeah.
Parang paano ba to? Let's say, yung parang, they just, kumari, some person might make certain decisions that would affect you. Parang ganyan.
So, kailangan mo maging flexible, parang gano'n.
Kailangan mo, syempre, I was very young then. I felt really bad, no? Kasi maraming naapektuhan ng mga time na yun. But, yung may mga ganun, we mature from those situations. Yeah. If you've met my husband, he's total opposite. Oo. Masaya siya. Parang you would think, if you met him for the first time, as if he didn't care, he didn't have a care in the world. Parang gano'n siya. But he's very serious about, knowing him, he's very serious about his Kaso kasi parang kunwari, sabi niya sa akin, pag siya magsiseryoso pa siya, di parang, parang,
ang boring na.
Where's the fun in that? Yun. Siguro yun. Naging mas flexible ako and more, parang mas naging broad, I think, yung ko when it comes to reality. At saka syempre, si God, parang with everything kasi he works everything for the good. He works for the good of those who love him. So
that's correct.
Yeah, so kahit may mga nangyaring, lahat naman tayo may mga gano'n, di ba? So I don't actually have regrets, or yung forgiveness nandun na, nakamove on mo. Parang you give people hindi naman give the people, of course they can move on. You give them it's okay. I'm okay, you're okay, fine. Yung mga ganon.
Pero gusto ko yung sinasabi ni Ate Arlene na reality, no? Kasi nga, meron tayong mga plans na hindi na nangyayari. So at least yun yung mga dapat natin hinahanap pala, Jo, yung partner na
opposite mo.
to be, mo yun, yung ma-discover pa na ito ka before, pero you can really be flexible din pala.
Correct, yes.
Not only with the partner. Yeah, especially din yung mga experiences that dinadaanan natin with God, di ba? Kasi tinataguan ko siya nung college eh. Tinataguan ko talaga siya. Basta, nag-aaral ako, ba't ka nandito?
Grabe pala si Kuya Fred. Shout out to Kuya Fred.
Para,
Oo.
matyaga talaga siya, you know. I mean, actually, hindi ko na kwenta na, anyway, basta yun. So, parang may mga ganon, yung mga, especially now as a mom, no, parang, I wouldn't consider, let's say, while I'm working, yung kapag may ginagawa yung anak ko na would seem like an interruption. Pero I don't consider those as interruptions. Because I love, kasi nga, it came at the perfect time, no? If there's such a thing as a perfect time. Basta sa akin, perfect yung timing kasi na dumating yung anak ko. So parang I don't consider him an interruption to anything.
Sa work.
Yeah, sa work.
Yeah.
My health, hinomeschool ko siya, di ba? Ano naman yun? So yun. Sorry. So yun, yung mga... So, since ganun nga, no, filtering priorities, in this case, yung my husband and I need to completely trust God and lean not on whoever between us think has a better understanding. Kasi usually may ganun, may sinasabi sila na yung husband and wife may power struggle and stuff. Pero kami, we've learned to completely trust God. Tapos it's not she has a better understanding of the situation or he has a better understanding of the situation. So we focusing on the bigger picture. God is our provider. So I don't basta nakafocus kami pareho kay God. So God is our provider. He is love. He gives us peace and comfort. He is our strength. With all of that under God's under God's care, we're able to move forward or get up from anything that's disappointing or disheartening under the sun.
Ang ganda ng ng shinil ni Ate Arlene. So parang whatever uncertainties meron, nandun pa rin flexibility that makes you mature, sabi nga niya kanina. And yung blessing na binigay ni Lord sa'yo, don't consider that as interruption. At saka, very important yung meron ka ding kasangga, kapartner na, na supportive, at saka pareho kayo ng pinaniniwalaan, di ba? Same principle, same belief in God. So, grabe. Yun pa lang first question pa lang yun. Ang dami ng lessons and learnings.
So, Ate, in relation dun sa mga kinikwento mo nga with your life, what's your typical day?
Typical day ko, syempre, I'm not a machine without I'm not naman a machine without responsibilities. So, ang typical day ko, let's say, teka, nilista ko yan wait lang. Ayan. Pag weekdays, gumigising talaga ako ng I set my alarm at 3:16 in the morning.
Wow. Aga.
Kailangan ko ng I mean, I really don't wanna pero
ano oras ka natutulog nun, Ate?
Ha?
Oo,
actually, natutulog na ako.
Kasi dapat 8 o'clock. Okay.
Ay, mga 9 o'clock, mga ganyan. Nauuna ako matulog sa minsan sinasabayan ko sila. Pero, baga ako nagigising kasi I need that time for myself.
Yeah.
Not myself, with God, para lang, kasi nga, di ba, yung parang pag, naranasan ko yan para pag hindi na, I don't know, it's not a ritual or something, pero, siguro it's been very beneficial for me for such a long time. It's really become, kasi I grew up in a Christian home, so it's basically part of course, yung bata ko, hindi mo na ako gumigising ng 3:16, Pero I mean, parang it's been part of, I need, I spend time with God. I need time to listen, ganyan. So 3:16, just to, settle the thoughts, And then, around 5 a.m., mag-exercise na ako niyan. Hindi masyadong obvious, pero nag-exercise ako. Mga 30 minutes lang. I-increase ko yan. Wait lang.
Yes. Ang galing.
But pag laundry day naman, if it's a lonely day in one of the weekdays, usually ano yan Tuesday, Wednesdays. Tapos, I usually check the weather kung pwede ako maglaba. Pero ngayon, it's my son who tells me, Mommy, it's gonna be sunny tomorrow. You can do the laundry.
May weatherman na.
Meron gusto niya yun. Yan. So, yan. So, I do the laundry, tapos breakfast, tapos homeschool na yan, and then work. Dati hindi ko mapagsabay kasi yan lalo na nung kinder pa yung anak ko kasi I cannot, just like what I said, depende sa sitwasyon niya. So, ngayon, pwede ko na yun isabay kasi pwede na mag-independent studies si Chubby. He can read on his own, he can do his math on his own. Tapos, basically, he can study on his own na. Tapos, pag mga arts, ganyan, basta we homeschool, I can do both now. Homeschool and work during breaks. Tapos, pag mga breaks, I do have my chores. Sinisingit ko yung mga, paunti-unti talaga kasi hindi kaya pag may ipon. And then, yan. Tapos yun, yung typical. Tapos after ng homeschool and work, dinner prep. Tapos, yun we have dinner together sa family. Tapos cool down. Tapos, yun, pahinga na kami. Tapos pag Saturdays, I do planning. Ayun may admin work na ako for homeschool. Tapos, more and more chores. Tapos Sundays, pahinga talaga kami. Ayun.
Wow.
Pahinga kami. Tapos my son loves yung Sunday school. Ganun, may mga crafts kasi kami. Tapos, ayan yun.
Gaano kahirap ang homeschooling? O gaano ba kadali for you? Kasi hindi lahat, hindi pa lahat open for homeschooling, di ba?
I understand.
In fact, madaming moms ngayon na nabigla dahil all of us are homeschool.
Yeah, exactly.
Nag-module na
Actually, I don't blame them kasi homeschooling is really, honestly, I think na-mention ko niyata to kasi I document in our early years of homeschooling, dinadocument ko siya doon sa isa namin, may Facebook page kami for homeschooling. And I think I mentioned there na it's actually my husband who encouraged me to homeschool. Kasi ako ayoko. Kasi it's daunting, Parang, may experience kasi ako magturo. And then, ang training ko ay personalized education, So, I'm with one-on-one, tapos i-customize mo yung instructional materials. Yan yung experience ko as an online teacher. So, I mean, siguro kaya ng husband ko, kaya ko. Anyway, so, yeah. So, bago ako nakapag-homeschool, it really takes, kasi nag-training din ako, tapos nagamit ko yung mga previous trainings ko during yung sakto dun sa, I think, forte, o yung gusto ko maging focus, which was individualized and personalized customized education. Pati yung nag-track ng trabaho, ganun, lahat. So, nung nag-homeschool kami, parang sumakto lang din yung, parang, I think I was prepared. Parang yung naging experiences ko before was in preparation for this. So, if a parent didn't have that kind of exposure, tapos yung may mga terms pa yan, di ba? Yung mga different kinds of assessments, yung paano ka magda-diagnose, ganyan, yung mga ganon, it's overwhelming for new homeschoolers. At saka,
so would you recommend that homeschooling to moms?
Depende. I would recommend it to those who are willing to commit.
So it takes a lot of commitment kasi for
It does.
Tsaka, mas madaming oras yun
Tsaka preparation mo rin as a home educator. It's not like open ka lang ng textbook tapos you're not prepared. Tapos you don't have strategies, ideas, Parang kunwari, di ba pag nagbigay kunwari ng lesson, hindi nag-work yung strategy na to. Imagine mo, if you have, di ba, just imagine yung typical, yung experience natin, di ba? Na we would come up with our own method of understanding a concept, doon lang siya magsisinkin. Di ba? So, siguro, with God's help din talaga, magkakaroon ka ng idea how to go about the certain. Kung ito yung binigay na sa curriculum, it's not working for your kid. So, makakahanap ka sa parent, parang instinct na sa'yo na, okay, I know my son, this would work for him. So, so ganon. Yeah, may trainings din naman yan. May community naman na ngayon. So, unlike before.
Madali na.
Yes.
Tsaka yung schooling kasi na pinili namin, it's a lifestyle kind of thing. It's not like, ako kasi yung mismo nagtuturo kami dalawa ng husband ko. We didn't enroll him in a school, tas iba yung teacher, may iba siyang teacher. So, may homeschool provider kami for the trainings and the curriculum, but that's about it. Kami talaga yung tuturo and all, ganyan.
Which is ang ganda din. Yun din yung advantage pag homeschool mom ka, no? Kasi mas nakikilala mo ng lalo yung anak mo. And then, pati yung learning niya, nakakontrol mo din.
Mas mo din kasi yung rhythm ng anak mo eh. So, I don't force him to, parang, syempre pag masama yung pakiramdam, hindi mo pwedeng pilitin. Diba?
Correct.
Diba? Parang, hindi ko siya kailangan pasugurin sa ulan para mag-aral, Pag masama yung pakiramdam, pag masama yung pakiramdam niya, pagpapahingahin ko siya. So, pag gutom siya, papakainin ko siya. Pag ready na siya, yung, parang ang dami mo kasi chinecheck, diba? Sa homeschool mo. Inaanto ka ba? Masaya ka ba? Yung mga ganon. Does the strategy work for you? Don't get me wrong, the homeschool dynamic is, it's pretty rigid kasi may mga goals kami. We have objectives every day na kailangan namin siyang ma-achieve. Hindi siya yung parang ayaw mo mag-aral ngayon. Okay, hindi naman ganon.
May goals pa din na kailangan igawin at the end of the week, parang ganon.
Right. Yes. And all the preparations, yan. So, kanina Ate Arlene, nabanggit mo nga yung you have your own health, yung health portion of the day where you do your exercise. Ganyan.
Huwag mo kong gano'n, kasi secret yun. Okay, sige.
Pero since, di ba, you are, as a mom, di ba, para sa buong family ninyo, di ba, you have your own way of keeping yourself healthy. How do you keep your whole family healthy? Since here we talk about Carpe Diem is like taking also of our own health kasi nga you cannot do everything else without if you don't take care of your health. Yeah. So how as a mom, how do you take charge of the family's health naman?
Well, actually, my husband and I are helping each other out in this area. No? Hindi naman ako yung parang commander dito. Dito sa house. So tulungan talaga kami ng husband ko. Especially, just like what I said, no? Even with the food we take, in the earlier parts of our marriage, mas mag-veggies kasi ako kaysa sa husband ko. Pero pero imagine yun, tawag dito. Anyway, so there came a time na kailangan namin mag-adjust. So, most of what we ate was meat. So, talagang, nag-react talaga yung katawan ko. Pero, na-notice din naman niya yung, and then, syempre, as we, age, medyo masakit yun.
Parang masakit pakinggan yung as we age,
Mas kami daw ng konti. Ayun, syempre mas nagiging sensitive yung body sa so ngayon I'm glad to report na mas ano na kami sa vegetables, ganyan. Tapos, ganun. Kaya that's why I said na, my husband and I are helping each other out in this area. Tapos, my son kasi, he's not a picky eater at this point. So, hindi siya kumakain ng candy. At tawag niya sa processed food,
Galing. Wow.
Ay, kasi, I mean, I never told you. Basta yun. Pero kasi, yung when it comes to yung health in terms of food intake and nutrition sa house, kasi because we are, yun nga, yung connection ito lahat, because we are homeschooling, meron kaming tinatawag na nature study, ganyan. So, yung anak ko, nasanay siya na nakikita niya, nagtatanim yung daddy niya, tapos siya yung nakita niya, we grow the vegetables. So, doon siya na-encourage. Niya, yun din yung what we serve him on the table. So, ayun. Tapos, so yun.
So, if it's not natural, it's fake. Parang naturally grown, it's fake. Parang
hindi pa, ano ba? Hindi siya kumakain ng
wala siyang chichirya. Hindi siya kumakain ng mga chips.
Hindi.
Talaga?
I mean, inano na namin. Nakwento ko na sa inyo to before, di ba? Nakwento ko sa inyo na talaga, just for him to be normal, I guess, yung parang kumain ka niyan kasi baka mamaya when you attend, ayaw na talaga. Which, pizza. Ayaw niya.
Ice cream, what about ice cream?
Kumakain siya. Vanilla lang. Ayaw na yung mga So, siguro pag lumaki-laki siya. Pag lumaki-laki. So, yun, siguro in terms of nutrition, yun siya. Tapos, we play a lot in the house. So, yun, kasi nga exercise. Hindi kami makalabas eh. So, yun.
Tapos may fitness din.
Yeah, tsaka more than that, kasi nga because of this pandemic, medyo anapekto talaga yung business namin. More importantly, yung emotional, yung mental, ganyan. So, isa yun siguro na by God's grace talaga, yung strength niya, yung joy, even in the midst of these challenges. Talagang, kung kami lang, ewan ko. God talaga in all this.
Ay, galing. So, ate, since ang galing na, kasi ang dami mo ang ginagawa, pero at the same time, parang nakukuha mo na yung rhythm in how you are doing it. So, when maximizing those times or in seizing the moment, how do you view about it? Yung like, for example, what does Carpe Diem really means to you?
Okay. So, siguro 3 verses, yung first ay Psalm 118 verse 24. Ano ba tawag doon? Di ba may Bible drill before?
Mga sa Sunday school ba yan?
Yeah, so Psalm 118 verse 24. Pa-check nyo na lang kung tama. This, yung medium, based on the sa nakasanayan ko na or what you remember, yun, from my perspective. In Psalm 118 verse 24, it says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." So,
kanta yan. Baka gusto mong kantahin. Char lang.
Ready na ba, Jo? Wait. So,
pwede rin.
So, I'm thankful for what Christ has won for me because I'm free to choose and cherish the beautiful gift of a new day. So,
ganda.
And also, may pinapakinggan ako ngayon yung kay Chuck Swindoll, yung series niya on Ephesians. Tapos, na-mention niya din yung first part ng Ephesians 5 verse 16, yung making the most of your time. Yung 16a. So, sabi ni Chuck Swindoll, Paul doesn't use the word doesn't use the word chronos, from which we get the word chronology or clock time. So, hindi daw yun yung ginamit. So, he used the word kairos, which is the word for opportunity or season. So, making the most of your time, yung opportunity. So, making the most of every opportunity would be a good rendering, sabi ni Chuck Swindoll. So, he added na it conveys the idea of redeeming or buying back. Buying back every opportunity or benefit of opportunity. So, pwedeng ma-paraphrase daw na gano'n. So, yun yung parang yung question I ask myself, am I making the most out of those opportunities? You know?
Ganda.
And then lastly, syempre, focusing my eyes on Jesus. Kasi syempre, pag sa tao kasi, pag sa tao, syempre, katulad lang, of course, we don't expect perfection from ourselves. So, we don't expect perfection from others. So, we focus our eyes on Jesus. At tapos ako, ang assurance ko naman when it comes to everything I do in a day, in the context of, making the most of the opportunities given to me on a certain day, kasi blessing nga kay God yung a day, is Psalm 23 verse 6. So, sabi there, surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So, yeah. Those three.
Ang ganda. Psalms 23 verse 6. So, yan. Psalms 118:24, Psalms 5:16, and Ephesians 5:16. Yes, and Psalms 23 verse 6. Yan, ganda. So, Ate Arlene, ano naman yung mapapayo mo? Kasi hindi lang naman mga singles or moms yung nanonood sa atin. On YouTube, we also have younger people. Ganyan.
Yeah.
So, yan. Ano yung ma-advise mo sa mga younger generations? Yan.
In seizing their day.
In seizing their days. Yan.
Gusto daw kumanta ni
Oo nga.
Gusto ko kumanta ni Ate Grace.
Siya nang gustong mag-guest din.
Living to her mission talaga, sinabi niya na. Anyway, prepared naman ako. Paano ko sa younger generation? Shots. I don't know if teka. I'm really very careful about giving any advice to anyone. Kasi case to case kasi. I mean, iba yung naging journey ko. Diba? I mean, even with me having a child, no? Iba yung naging journey ko. Tapos, iba din yung naging journey ng mga friends ko na gano'n din, no? Kasi, masingit ko lang kasi meron akong PCOS. Pero at the time kasi, parang in my understanding, you never know if you're gonna have a child or not. So, para siyang waiting game. So, pag wala. Pero you can get treated for that. Pero, personally, yung sa akin yung journey ko yung sa akin. I trusted God's timing. It's not like I was fooling myself na, na in God's time, tas parang pinapositive talk ko lang yung sarili ko. It wasn't like that. I know, I believe, and I really know na hindi pa time eh. Hindi pa talaga time. And we just waited. Pero nung waiting time na yun, umiyak din ako nun eh. Kasi parang bakit yung pusa namin nanganganak, tas ako hindi.
Ganun na
Parang ganyan ka. Oo, kasi nga, yung mga third and fourth year na yon. Kasi nga, may plano kami na by second year, ganyan. Pero nung mga medyo parang nung pinlano namin, nung mga third, fourth, wala pa. Parang medyo, teka muna, wala, parang, parang, hindi to, I never pictured it like this. Anyway, so parang gano'n. So, in my case, we waited knowing na, dumating naman tama naman, na dumating talaga in God's time. So, nung pumunta kami sa hospital, I asked nga kung magkano yung mga ganyan. Anyway, nagtanong lang kami. Tapos, sabi sa akin ng UB, ay, di mo na kailangan yan kasi buntis ka na. So, ha?
Wow.
Parang, iba-iba kasi, iba-iba eh. So, parang I wouldn't take that. Siguro sa ngayon, sa season ko ngayon, I'm not in the position to give any advice to, siguro if they can take anything from it, that would be nice. Pero, just enjoy your own journey. Tapos, you be careful with how you define your YOLO. Kasi nga, YOLO nga eh. Parang,
Yeah.
I mean, iba yung parang siguro at my age, may YOLO na ba no? Nung college? Ayoko tanungin si kasi
ano yung YOLO na term?
Ay, iniisip ko kasi kung may YOLO na nung teka ba? Parang, iba kasi, di ba parang, kasi nga siguro with my upbringing siguro, yun nga, because ito lang yung life. But it's a full life kasi, di ba, in Christ. So, siguro parang, if there's anything, siguro from my experience, naalala ko nun, I never resorted to rebellion. Kasi parang inisip ko nun, pag ako nagrebelde, sisirain ko lang din yung sarili ko. Ba't ko lang magagawin?
Yeah.
Parang ganon. So, parang parang I just trusted that God is taking care of me. That He will never abandon me. Pag nag-pray ako, He hears me. Tapos, if young people think that they're not being understood, kay God kayo umiyak, kay God kayo magsabi, kay God kayo tumakbo. Tapos, tapos be careful with your expectations with people around you. Kasi, they have their own journey. May mga journey din sila eh. It's something I needed to learn also when I was younger. Na of course, it's okay to trust people, pero do not put them in a parang status that they will never
pedestal, mga ganyan.
Yeah, oo. Siguro kasi may mga ganong tendency siguro kasi yan. At least, in some Christian homes. Pero okay na yun. Siguro, parang you focus your eyes on Jesus. Talaga.
Yes.
Tapos, since personal naman kasi si God parang you grab that opportunity, have that personal relationship with God talaga kasi, nobody will really perfectly understand you, but si God lang. Talaga.
Tama eh. True.
So, parang, yeah. So, yun. Tapos, pag kailangan mo ng next steps, He will give it to you. Pag medyo na-overwhelm ka, hindi mo nang gagawin mo, God will give you the next one step. And you will get it. So, take it very personally. I mean, ganon siya. He's not, i-grab nila yun. Kasi it's God Himself di ba? Parang, di ba, what an opportunity, what a blessing, di ba? What grace.
That's true.
So what I'm getting dun sa sinasabi ni Ate Arlene is when you really want to have yung ibig sabihin YOLO, you only live once, di ba?
Okay.
You really want
baka iba ibig sabihin ko nun. Hindi ko alam kung.
to grab that yung mga seizing the moments days. Pinaka magandang foundation talaga is you really found your life will be founded in Christ kasi dun mo talaga makikita kung paano mo ililive yung days mo, yung moment day by day, di ba? Parang ganun. Parang ganun yung nakikita ko kay Ate Arlene. No? Kasi nga, since wala siyang black and white talaga na na this is what you will
Ito yung
do,
gagawin.
bawal or not. Pero kumbaga, the principles that you are living with your life is dependent talaga on how God wants it. Kung ano yung gusto ng Panginoon sa buhay mo. Parang ganun yung nakikita ko sa sinasabi.
Yeah. Of course, may mga dapat talaga na hindi ginagawa, may mga ginagawa ka. I mean, those are foundational.
Oh,
Pero
within the
like,
boundaries.
oh yeah. Pero yung mga nitty-gritty, di ba? May mga moments sa life natin. Ano ba talaga? Especially when all of your options are right. Hindi naman laging right.
Exactly.
Di ba? Parang kunwari sa work choice, kailangan ko, ito bang trabaho na to? Of course, kailangan mo magtrabaho, pero which one? Di ba? Parang ganon. Or, estudyante ka, pipili ka ng course mo. Ganyan. I mean, wala namang masama kasi you can be a good contribution to your family, your society, sa'yo. Pero ano yung calling mo? Ano yung saan ka mas, I mean, I can never answer those questions for a person. It's between him, that person and God. So,
yes, very personal yun talaga eh.
Personal. Tsaka parang, I'd also like to note, kaya ganito, kasi nga, lumaki kasi ako na I think you know it. My mom died when I was very young.
Yeah, that's true.
Parang, I had to run to God. Parang, tama ba yun? Hindi, parang parang he embraced me more, no? Parang mas kinatch niya kami. Parang ni-rescue niya. Parang it's more of a rescue talaga. Kaya when it comes to this, it's very personal, I guess. Kaya ganun siguro. Pero if you have your family around you, you have, godly counsel, na tapos at the end of the day, it's still between you and God. You weigh which ones yung, yan, ganyan. So,
Ang galing. Thank you, Ate. So, ang yung gusto ko dito nga, yung sabi ni Ate Arlene, be careful how you define your YOLO, sabi nga niya eh. Kasi there are too many opportunities, but everything should maganda yung naka-root pa rin dun sa relationship mo with Christ. And yun nga, yung expectations, no? Kasi syempre, ang dami na ngayon mga nasa social media yan. So, mga influencers, ganyan. But you have to be careful with your expectations sa mga people na nagsasurround sa'yo. Yan. So, just fix your eyes on Jesus. Ang ganda. Thank you, At Arlene. Yan. So, I think, we're almost an hour na.
Yeah.
Diba? Ang ganda ng kwentuhan natin. So, ayan nga. Anything that you'd like to promote, your business, Ate Arlene?
Yes. You can just check out our Knox. Kung itong gagawin, kaya I'm sorry if I'm very awkward. Pero, please check out our page, yung FB page namin, AUB Business Solutions. It's you can check out our services there. Tapos, you can message us anytime, no? So, basta very personalized din yung namin. We take our clients' requirements very seriously. As usually, makikita nila din yung husband ko, siya yung nagle-legwork. Ako yung sa office. Tapos, we have a lot of very dedicated, partner.
Yes.
At ulit yun? AUB.
AUB Business Solutions.
AUB Business Solutions. Okay.
Yes. Ang ganda. Yes.
Meron pa yatang isa.
Yung sa solar. Ito ba yun?
Kasi my husband is actually a professional musician. Kaso kasi nung nag-pandemic, so yun, nawala yung mga So, pero matagal niya ng idea yun. So, he has his YouTube channel now. Actually, 2014 pa yun. I-revive lang namin this year. So, yun. So, check on drums. Kaya sa check, kasi check yung nickname. May call him, Kasi
Yes,
yun ang
actually, si Kuya Fred is a professional drummer, and then he also teaches mga celebrities, ang alam ko mga known
yung
people, ganyan.
ni ganito, yung mga ganito.
Oo.
Dati naman siya. I mean, blessing din naman lahat yun ni God. We never, so, yun. Ganyan.
Yes. YouTube channel, and then yung kanilang AUB Business Solutions. Ayan. Oh, thank you
Ate
so
Arlene.
much, Ate
You
Arlene.
a lot on how you manages everything from
Hindi naman.
life, a businesswoman, parang gano'n. And putting a balance on it. Yeah.
Na hindi dapat compartmentalized but integrated lahat, diba? Yan, may relationship
natin
lahat.
matutunan. Ako, for me, kailangan ko matutunan yung part na yan. Oo.
Sobra, yes. So, super thank you, Ate Arlene, for sharing those things with us tonight. And, ayan, so, I think that ends our IG Live, Maryel.
Yeah.
So,
thank you. Thank you for
next Friday.
Oo, sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayon and nag-extend their time, no? It's an hour of talagang lang talaga kwentuhan and learning from each other. So thank you very much everyone, Ate Arlene, for your time. It's your bedtime.
So, di ba? Sacrifice ko.
Nakulat nyo. Okay lang, it's Friday. It's Friday. Enjoy it.
Yeah. So every Friday we have this IG live, Carpe Diem Matters. Kasi we really want everyone to seize the day, but with wisdom.
Yes,
correct. All right. So,
thank you
guys. Salamat.
See you again next week. Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night, Ate Arlene. Good night, Joy.
Good night.
Bye.
Hello kay Chubby.